Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Thursday, everybody. We've got Kaitlyn Bristowe posting a dance video, interpretive dance, doing her thing, and then it led to a think piece online of people saying, oh, she's throwing barbs at Jason Tartick, she's, this, she's that, and then she responds on Instagram saying, you're missing the point. That wasn't the point of the video. We're going to watch the video and we're going to discuss it, but of course, you guys know where I stand on this. I mean, some people online just get judged with a considerable amount of hate, and it's always our goal with the YouTube channel to discuss these things in a way that provides more light, more understanding, more positivity. Kaitlyn's trying her best. She just broke up with Jason. They're going through hard times. She won Dancing with the Stars, for dang sake, and she's going to try her best to share who she is and what her intentions are. I have to say, and I've battled with people over this that don't understand it, but when you're mischaracterized online, when she does something like a dance video and then people say, oh, she's saying this or she's saying that, it makes it very challenging to not scratch that itch and comment. And some people say, well, just block and move on. And it's like, well, easier said than done. Trust me on that. In other news, on today's Patreon, I will be discussing the recent threats that I have received regarding an order of protection. I fully expect I will be served those papers today. I will be discussing this on the Patreon. I will be mounting an incredible legal defense fund, and the first step towards that is to rally people together to hear what the story is and how we can overcome that, dismiss this order of protection, and move forward. Our hand is laid out. We know exactly, the person we're fighting against, their deep pockets, and without making it a bigger issue than it is, it'll become a conversation about, do we get silenced over what I believe to be accurate and just and objectionable journalism and opinions. And I think those opinions are fair to have. So go to patreon.com/Dave Neal if you want to participate in that conversation, or if you want to just hear me out further. We'll be continuing to discuss this matter as it plays out. All right. So, Kaitlyn, let's watch the video. Now, it's going to probably be music I can't share, so I'm going to play it on mute, and I'm going to read what she says here. It's powerful stuff. So let's go to the video.
But not too successful.
So here it is.
Otherwise, you will
Aim to be successful. Oh, it's already going so fast. Let's try this one more time. Aim to be successful, but not too successful. Otherwise, you will threaten the man. Because I am female, I am expected to aspire to marriage. I'm expected to make my life choices, always keeping in mind that marriage is the most important. A marriage can be a success, joy and love and mutual support, but why do we teach girls to aspire to marriage and we don't teach boys the same? We raise girls to see each other's competitors, not for jobs or accomplishments, which I think can be a good thing, but for the attention of men. We teach girls that they cannot be sexual beings in the way that boys are. Feminist, a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. You wake up, up, flawless, round it, flawless, flossing on it. Okay, so now it's the music. Do we have the music? All right, so there it is. So then she's dancing, doing her thing. She took the ring right there and spiked it through the ring. So there it is. All right, it's a feminist dance piece. It says, why are women held to different standards where the standard's marriage, but no one holds men to that standard? I think those are fair thoughts to have. Now, people then say, well, she's shading Jason Tartick because she just broke up. And I think that's a bridge people can cross, but I think it's a ridiculous one. I think it's a roundabout bridge. I think she can go through this breakup, a relationship that just wasn't working out, clearly, and then she can aspire to want to, audit the ways in which she can be a better version of herself and dealing with the responses from people, those responses saying, you're too old, you need this, you need to settle down, you need to stop going to work, all these different things. And everyone can have their opinions, but it is just a dangerous place when you're someone like Kaitlyn who takes these opinions to heart. And then it just can be very toxic, and it can wear you down, just one drip at a time, just real torturous stuff here. Sadly, and that's the type of, having an audience the size that she has, you get those responses, but it's also like that audience that can provide her very lucrative opportunities, because most likely 99.9% of our audience is supportive, but these snarky hate people, I don't know. We need more psychology and study of their brains, because I don't get it myself. I made that defense fund for Clayton, and then all these, a lot of people came after me saying there are better things to donate to, and we'll get into that. That's gonna be a whole separate video. But the idea being, why on the internet does some people feel like they need to leave negative comments? Why do they? And again, I don't know. Maybe this is annoying to some people because they don't understand it, because they've never been on the receiving end of it. But either way, Kaitlyn scratched that itch. The itch being a Reddit thread that said, Kaitlyn's slighting Jason. Now, to be fair, a lot of people responded to that and said, that's not what she was doing. You're reaching for things. That's ridiculous. But either way, I wanted to share what Kaitlyn had to say in her own words after sharing this reel. She dances, she enjoys it. Clayton Echard does the same thing. He goes on TikTok now and he's learning how to dance. Kaitlyn's a lot better. She won the Mirror Ball trophy. Clayton's not necessarily a good dancer, but he's learning and he's getting a lot better. So anyway, here's what she had to say.
I just want to say a couple things. I feel like a lot of you are missing the point on that video, and it's almost like it proving my point a little bit, because that video was not meant to throw stones, fire shots, be mean to a specific person. The messaging was supposed to be like an empowerment of like, women take the heat so much worse than men. I literally get comments all the time that I'm 38 and I should be married, or I should have done this and my time is running out. And it was more of a message of like empowerment, about what society has taught us as women. It was not personal. I have so many big feelings. Like, I could cry right now because I have so many big feelings, and I think sometimes I have a hard time articulating them. Sometimes I like to do things through dance or music. I have a hard time what's going on in here and getting it out there. But I just hope, the people that matter know my intentions, and, I just want to make it very clear that that was not to be directed at somebody. That was directed towards society and the hate that I've been receiving. But I really just opened up a door for a lot more hate, and I guess that's just something that I'll have to deal with. But I'm like a messy person.
What?
And that's okay. And I know I trigger a lot of people out there that follow me, and I'm not totally sure why. I think I have an idea, but I'm not totally sure why.
I'll tell you why. You're successful. You're pretty. You're a pretty woman. You're successful. That success, a lot of people that don't have look at that as maybe you got it easily, which I don't believe. You worked your way through restaurants. You paved the way for sex positivity within the Bachelor world. You were slandered, slut shamed, silenced. You were so many different things. I think you got everything that's coming to you karmatically, which is a good thing. I think she's a visionary who has created multiple brands, very successful, very driven, and also has a podcast where she shares her own mental health issues, her own struggles with others, in part to, show people that they can overcome those types of things. I don't think everybody likes that. And I think that resistance that people feel and any hatred people feel to her should be met by that person looking at themselves in the mirror and wondering why they feel triggered. Triggering is an interesting thing. Whenever people say, I'm so triggered by such and such, find out why. Find out why that triggers you. And if you can overcome the reason why you're triggered, you'll have less stress and pressure weighing down on your shoulders. Why does Kaitlyn Bristowe trigger you so much? Ask yourself that question throughout the day. People go, no, it's because she's an asshole or she's used Botox before. You know what I mean? Get past that bullshit and then ask yourself again, really, why does this Canadian who won Dancing with the Stars and dated guys and got engaged from The Bachelor. Why does she trigger you so much? Really, push in on that.
But I think I just want everybody to know that my intentions are never, like, I feel like my intentions are always pure. And my brain and my heart always want to do what's right, not what's wrong, while still, like, standing up for myself, using my voice, doing things differently. And sometimes that gets me in trouble. But I just hope you know my intentions are always coming from a good place. It might not come across that way, but they are pure.
And this is something good to remember when we're fighting with relatives. Thanksgiving's around the corner for our for the United States, and then for those Canadians, I think you just celebrated, right? Thanksgiving, a day where you have to talk about the Gaza Strip with 30 relatives. Oh, that'll be fun. Thanksgiving, the day where you get to see which of your loody, nutty family members puts flags on the back of their F-250s. Just remember, I know it's hard to believe, but everybody's trying the best with the information they have. Kaitlynn's asking her audience to realize that about her, and I'm sure I have to remember with some of my audience to realize that about them. Even though I get a lot of snarky comments, my guess is, be careful now, from middle-aged white women. That's my guess. Don't get me wrong. They come from women of all color and sizes, but most of my women, most of the audience in my channel are women. And I don't know. Men, generalizing here, men will tell you to go kill yourself, but women will give you a reason to kill yourself. You know what I mean? That's a bad generalization. But listen, the point being is that audiences, they know how to get to your heart and soul. But you have to remember, hey, they're either hurting people, or they are trying their best. Maybe they think they're educating Kaitlyn. Oh, we're just trying to educate you so you can find a man. Okay, sure, Tiffany, sure.
Even me apologizing is kind of going against my messaging, because I'm apologizing for standing up for what I believe in, and that's kind of contradicting. But I feel like some of you don't even know the societal pressures that have been put on you. And I wish we could all just hug right now. Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. And she's posted this. And people are also triggered by you because you don't follow norms. They met you as someone looking for love, and they want to keep you in that box. That's why it upsets them when you're not in a relationship or what they expect relationships to look like. Very interesting. All right, so then she goes on. And finally, should we share? Do we have one more piece to share? She was doing an interview, and they asked her a question. Who is Kaitlyn Bristowe? And here's her response. And I could never respond this way, and it's probably because the comedian in me goes, oh, Dave, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. I'd let someone else say nice things about me, but if it was up to me, I'd be like, oh, me, I'm an idiot, whatever, no big deal. But here's what she responds. Who is KB? Loaded question. I'm a small-town girl with big feelings. And who knows, maybe this could be a country music song. I love my family and friends more than anything. I'm proud of who I am growing into. I've been on a self-love journey for a while, striving to understand who KB really is. I am tough, yet soft. I'm intentional, and yet I still make mistakes. I am competitive and get caught up in comparison, but I am a flawed human trying to build capacity for fear. I like a good book, a bad joke. I love expressing myself through dance, music, and style. I love to empower women and give people, including myself, a voice. I work hard and play hard and nap harder. I am a golden retriever, any kind of dog lover. Cats are cool too, birds are not. I'm a true Gemini Cancer mix, and sometimes I confuse even myself. Always trying to evolve and know that happiness isn't a destination, it's a state of mind. That's where Kaitlyn is. So good for her. Good for her for really, continuing to plow on with her messaging and not taking anyone's bullshit in the comment section. So, of course, she's going to receive comments from people and, everyone's supporting her and all of that. But, look, just a reminder, and I know I'm barking up the wrong tree because I get messages every day from people and they don't want to communicate in a way that is resolving of their opinions. I've tried voice notes. I've tried video notes. And let me just tell you, some people are just better off left behind on this road of life. But I don't blame Kaitlyn for trying to flip an opinion or two. That's what I'm trying to do. Join me on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal if you want to support what will become, I guess, the biggest story of my YouTube career. All right, more about that later.